Welcome to the Titan batch, Pinnacle batch, and the Praram English batch, and to everyone from the YouTube community. Good evening, Rajadurga, Nirupama, Mickey Mouse, Anushka, Kamal Gaming, Harsh, Prathamesh, Srinivas. All right, people. Just give me a minute here. Mohit Singh, timings and all will be intimated to you later. Timings will be there. Your classes will basically start from morning till evening. You'll be having back-to-back classes. Just give me a minute. We are experiencing some technical issues. Just give me a minute here. Good evening, Divyashri, Rick Taluk there, Charukesh. Komal, Sonia. All right, people. I hope I am audible. Just give me 2 more minutes, people. So good evening everyone. Welcome to PWOLIIAS English YouTube channel. And let us go through the topics now. Very long list of topics we have under public administration, governance and polity. Arresting foreign national, refuse to represent, media and public function. Mukhyamantri Maji Ladki Bahin scheme, Supreme Court states duty to preserve life, Supreme Court premature release of prisoners, Niti Aayog roadmap for bioeconomy, automatic exchange of information network, digital criminal justice system, Delhi's EV policy, VB Gramji, and Supreme Court citizenship, that is District Development Council and AHDC, Kudankulam data leak, GLP-1 based medicines and dermatological effects, cyclosporiasis outbreak in the USA, international relations, we have China's economic slowdown, China helium export ban, India-Australia uranium agreement, RBI data governance, from sports video assistant referee, from science and tech, proteins, amino acids and mitochondria, and from energy, biogas. Very long list of topics. Yes, I know it's pretty bulky, pretty voluminous, but let us see, let us try to cover each of these topics one by one. Most important thing to understand here is the PDF is given in the description section, so please download it from there. All right, download the PDF. You need not actually make notes out of it. Whatever is important, highlight it and move on. Now, this arrest of foreign national, what is this information about? Basically, an Israeli citizen had visited India and is apparently from the Israel military. So an organization, a Palestinian organization based out of India, like this Hind Rajab or Rajab Foundation, they basically saw this individual, this Israeli soldier, and they alerted the authorities, telling that he is guilty of war crimes. He is guilty of committing war crimes against Palestinians. He needs to be arrested, etc. It became a small matter of international significance because obviously, Palestine-Israel issue, you know how things will turn into a wildfire in no time. By the time they were about to tackle find out who he is, what he is, etc., the said individual, Gilboa, left India. Now, what is this Hummus Trail? The accused was traced by activists in Old Manali and Gondla village in Himachal Pradesh. These locations form part of the Hummus Trail, a network of destinations in India that are popular among Israeli tourists. So the point about this topic again is that, see, Israeli soldiers, once they retire, they generally move on. They move on in the sense they go for trips, etc. India is one of their favorite destination. And these days, Israeli government do give them money so as to travel around. Some fund or some grant or scheme is there. So like that, one guy had come here. Now, he is apparently, according to Palestinian organizations, he is guilty of war crimes. So what are the rules and regulations in India which governs war crimes is what we need to know. Well, the reality is, understanding war crimes legal framework in India, India's international commitment. India is a signatory to the Geneva Conventions. Geneva Conventions basically decide what are the do's and don'ts during war. For example, one thing that you're not supposed to use in a war is mercury-tipped bullets. They are not allowed to be used. Mercury-tipped bullets means these mercury is added at the top of the bullet. One drop of mercury. So what happens is, as soon as the bullet enters the human body, that mercury just splits up, like it ruptures into, like, let us say 10 or 15 pieces. That 10-15 pieces are so hard that it will cause serious internal damage. So even with a very small caliber bullet, a small caliber bullet means something of a very small size. Even a small caliber bullet is enough to cause that person to bleed massively internally. Can cause internal hemorrhage and that person will die in no time. Needless to say, a very brutal, very violent, very painful death. So you're not supposed to use mercury-tipped bullets in a war zone. It is not allowed. Like that, there are many do's and don'ts. So India is also a signatory of it. Intentional attack of civilians is not allowed. Causing death and injuries of civilian is not allowed. Extensive destruction of civilian property is not allowed. And these all are considered as war crimes. Got the point here? These all are considered as war crimes. Now, India is a signatory to it. But does India have a domestic law which allows India to arrest an individual guilty of war crime? No. That provision is not there. That is, let us say now, the so-called said soldier. Can India arrest him telling that he is guilty of war crime? We are arresting him? No. But at the same time, let us say, between India and UAE, there is an extradition policy is there. Extradition policy means if somebody has committed a crime in UAE, India, and that person has come back to India, India will arrest them, send them back to UAE. Or if India's most wanted is available in UAE, UAE police force will arrest them, send them back to India. This extradition policy is there. So only with those countries with whom we have this extradition policy, only with them we do this. That is, oh, you have your most wanted man in my country, chalo, I will arrest him, I will send him to you. Oh, you have my most wanted man, please arrest him and send him to me. Got the point here? So India does not have any domestic law that deals with war crimes. Got the point here? No separate domestic law criminalizing war crimes, especially the Geneva Conventions Act 1960 criminalizes acts constituting grave breaches enacted to recognize and punish grave breaches of the Geneva Conventions. The post-service journey is known as Tiyul Gadol, may last from 6 months to 1 year. This is of the Israeli soldiers. The trip is generally financed through bonuses received after military service. Israeli government allocated 4 million new Israeli shekels to strengthen tourism cooperation with India. Israeli shekel is their currency. Major destinations along the Hummus Trail. Hummus Trail means very famous destinations of Israeli tourist spots. Kasol, Kodaikanal, Kerala, Goa, Hampi, Gokarna, Rishikesh, Varanasi, Pushkar, Almora, Dharamkot, and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Kasol is commonly referred to as mini Israel. Please mark all these places. Got the point here? One thing that has been observed is there is a rise in drug peddling cases in these regions. That is the same regions where Israeli tourism hotspots are there. Those same places, apparently an increased cases of drug peddling is there. Drug peddling means the buying, selling and usage of drugs. Nothing great here. Rijab Foundation. Done. Clear? Moving on to the next topic. Refuse to represent. What is this refuse to represent? So this has become one habit among our lawyers or our advocates basically. There is a criminal, he has committed a crime or is accused of committing a crime. Immediately the Advocates Association will say, no, we are not going to represent. We have decided we will not represent that fellow. Got the point? We have decided we will not represent him. So how do you do it? Swati, the PDF is available in the YouTube PW Only IAS English YouTube channel's description section. There it is available. PW Only IAS. There you will get it. So coming back again. So what has the Supreme Court said about this? In various cases, bar associations cannot restrict an advocate's right to defend. First of all, it is whose being a lawyer, it is your karma. Legally, it is your duty to represent the client who comes in front of you. You are nobody to judge whether the client is innocent or whether the client is guilty until and unless the judge makes a call. Got the picture here? Until and unless the judge makes a call, you're not supposed to do it. Correct? So let us see various important cases here. A.S. Muhammad Rafi versus State of Tamil Nadu. Supreme Court considered the validity of a bar association resolution refusing to represent accused police personnel following a confrontation between lawyers and police in Coimbatore. This generally happens once in every month, probably all over India. One case at least will be there where the lawyers and the police went a little, scuffle, etc. happened. So when this happened in Coimbatore, basically, all the lawyers decided what? We will not represent the cops. They had decided. Court did not entertain it. Standards of professional conduct and etiquette under Bar Council of India rules. An advocate is ordinarily bound to accept any brief in courts or tribunals where the advocate practices subject to a fee consistent with the advocate's standing and the nature of the case. They are not supposed to what? Deny a client the opportunity to be represented. Ideally, they are not supposed to do it. Kuldeep Agarwal versus State of Uttarakhand and others, 2019, Part 1. Uttarakhand High Court held that the expression special circumstances applies only to an individual advocate exercising personal professional discretion. Means, say, only if there are some special circumstances there. That is, I was representing a client. Now, suddenly I have some family issue. So, I won't be able to represent the client. So, what do? I can say, sorry, I need to recuse myself from this case because of a family issue. Individual level it is. I'm telling I won't be able to represent this client anymore. But an entire bar council of a state or of a district, they are entirely deciding, sorry, nobody from this court is going to represent this particular person here. He has committed a very grave crime, very grievous crime. No, you cannot do that. Be it the media, be it the lawyers, they are not supposed to be the judge or the jury or the executioner. It is not their job to find out what is the outcome of the trial or the outcome of a verdict. You have to wait for the judiciary's verdict. What the judiciary gives, that is important. Got the point here? Kuldeep Agarwal versus State of Uttarakhand and others. What is the second part of the argument or the judgment? Uttarakhand High Court declared null and void a resolution of the Kotwar Bar Association that threatened to terminate the membership of any lawyer representing an accused in the murder of an advocate. Getting the point? That is, basically, the High Court basically said that the Bar Council, Kotwar Bar Association, they gave out an order. Any lawyer who will represent the accused in the murder of a lawyer will lose their membership. High Court said, chup, nothing like that. Anybody should get the opportunity here. Karnataka High Court criticized the Hubballi Bar Association after lawyers objected to advocates representing Kashmiri students accused of raising pro-Pakistan slogans. Manikandan Nair versus State of Tamil Nadu. Madras High Court reiterated that bar associations cannot, formally or informally, prevent advocates from appearing for any accused. Jayalalitha versus State of Karnataka. Supreme Court held that a fair trial is the primary objective of criminal procedure. So from all these verdicts, what do we get? Even the worst of the worst accused, even in the most grave and barbaric crime, the accused individual should get the opportunity to a free and a fair trial. Getting the point? Free, now free not necessary, but ultimately sometimes what happens is if the accused is somebody who does not have the wherewithals to actually afford a lawyer, then the state will provide them with one. Getting the point here? So that is the idea. The rest of the case, it is just constitutional legal position where it talks about Article 22 Clause 1 Constitution guarantees that no arrested person shall be denied the right to consult and be defended by a legal practitioner of their choice. That is the point here. Article 22 Clause 1. It is the constitutional right to be represented by a lawyer. Got the point here? Article 14 guarantees equality before the law and equal protection of the law. Supreme Court has recognized the right to a fair trial as an integral part of the right to life and personal liberty under Article 21. Article 39A, a directive principles of state policy, requires the state to promote equal access to justice and provide free legal aid so that no citizen is denied justice because of economic or other disabilities. Clear? These are the judgments. So ultimately, if you get at all a question in this, what is the ultimate conclusion of this? Quote a couple of judgments here. It's not that all the judgments you need to remember. Pick and choose a few ones which you are able to recall and recollect easily. So pick up two judgments, write it down, and finally what is the conclusion? Every accused should get the opportunity to get represented in court. Clear? Taking it further forward, Mukhyamantri Maji Ladki Bahin. What the hell, man? Scheme. Mukhyamantri Maji Ladki Bahin Yojana was launched by the Maharashtra government before the 2024 assembly elections to provide eligible women with 1,500 per month through direct benefit transfer. Needless to say, in our country, correct? Needless to say, in our country, this is the new trend to win the elections. Getting the point here. Now, when you are actually sitting and doing, if somebody is sitting and protesting, somebody is sitting and fasting, somebody is sitting and doing dharna, why is it that the mainstream population is not going and joining it? Because for the mainstream population means the common man. For the common man, freebie is the main deal. Freebie is coming, subsidy is coming, free electricity is there, free transport is there. He is happy with it. He or she is happy with it. Understand that very, very clearly. Voting is done on the basis of caste and religion. Correct? And people's expectation from the government, more than development, more than, okay, we need to have good quality education, we need to have good quality schools or good quality colleges. Our exams should be conducted transparently, with proper accountability. None of these matters to the people who are dependent on freebies and subsidies. That is why year on year, when you take up all the freebies, all the subsidies, and all the schemes that are meant for the upliftment of the poor population, all the welfare schemes, etc., easily that number will cross more than 10 lakh crore per year. Much higher than the allocation, the budget allocation that is given for ISRO, defense, or infrastructure, or anything, even for research and development in the country. Got the picture here? So that is the reason why whatever we see around us, why things are not being so important in our country, why protest is not being focused on, why people are not taking an interest, because no. The people who actually go and put the vote, they are only interested in this. After this, if they are interested in anything else, that is caste and religion. That is an average Indian voter for you. Got the point here? Taking it further forward. Scheme is implemented by the Women and Child Development Department, that is in Maharashtra, to promote women's economic independence, improve their health and nutritional status, and strengthen their role in family decision making. Women who are residents of Maharashtra. So these are the important preliminary points. You should be a resident of Maharashtra. You should be between the ages of 21 to 65. You should have an Aadhaar linked bank account. You should belong to families with an annual income below 2.5 lakhs, and where only one woman per family claims the benefit are eligible under the scheme, irrespective of marital status. One woman per family. Got the point here? Irrespective of their marital status. So you're married and gone, that doesn't matter. From one family, only one girl will get it. Only one woman, either the mother or the daughter, if she is now old enough. Clear? The number of beneficiaries declined from a peak 2.43 crore to about 1.66 crore after multiple rounds of verification found many beneficiaries ineligible or unable to complete the mandatory electronic Know Your Customer process. Imagine, from 2.43 crore at the peak, that was the initial list of beneficiaries. From there, it came crashing to 1.66 crore. $77 lakhs got removed from the list. Why? Because they were ineligible for the scheme. Initial year, see, this is, I have no issues with subsidies. Freebies. Because ultimately, let us understand, agree on one thing. 81 crore people are there in this country who are dependent on the government of India for food under the National Food Security Mission. Got the point? 81 crore people are there. Now, in that 81 crore people, definitely there will be many who are very, very poor. So, when you decide to announce a freebie, when you decide to announce a scheme, etc., what you should do, you should give it to the targeted population. The blunder that was made in Maharashtra was that in the initial first year, they gave it to such large number of women that in the next round, when they were about to give, they started doing the verification because this is costly, right? I mean, imagine people 2.43 crore into 1,500 into 12. This is per month. 18,000 into 2.43. That is more than 36,000 crore. Got the picture here? 36,000 crore exclusively for one scheme of Maharashtra. It is more than the ISRO budget. Getting the picture here? So obviously the government, state government started scrutinizing it. So obviously the number came down. But CAG has a report to say, has another story to say. The budget estimation, expenditure control and financial management all were not done properly. CAG basically said, the estimate what you made is so high. Number one. Number two, the expenditure was never controlled. Number three, you did not manage your finances properly. How? Budget initially that was allocated was 29,693 crore for it. Expenditure became 33,237. That means it resulted in an excess expenditure of 3,541.16 CR 1 year. So budget I had kept 29,000. It crossed and hit 33. Reappropriation. So from where will I get this money now? It is almost like, see, your parents gave you 3,000 rupees. You ended up spending 5,000 rupees. So that 2,000 from where will you take? Correct. You need that 2,000 now. What the Maharashtra government did was that reappropriation from other schemes means what money was allocated for other schemes are there, right? From there they took little from every other scheme they took and tried to compensate for it. For example, 3,490 came from Lake Ladki Yojana. Then they took from Ladli Lakshmi Yojana, medical schemes, Atal Ashray Yojana, minority welfare, scholarship schemes, minority welfare schemes, Maharashtra state schemes, Sweekar home scheme, etc. Little amount they took from everywhere and compensated for this extra expenditure. Got the picture here? Any questions, people? So bottom line of this, unverified beneficiaries of freebies will put pressure on states' fiscal deficit. So all this will increase what? The expenditure of the state. What expenditure? Revenue expenditure. Those of you who are having doubt on what is revenue expenditure, please visit last week's class. In that we have explained it. Not only in Maharashtra, Rakesh, this is happening everywhere. This is happening in every state. Development, see, for example, when people will say, okay, development, I'm not able to see any development. This government came, there is no development. Don't development when you say. This is the reason. 35,000 crore, you're putting it on a freebie. Then what money are you left out with? What money do you have with you to actually invest on capital infrastructure? What do you have? Nothing. You don't have money with you for anything else. Getting the picture here? So this is the reason why when you look around you, generally when you look around you, you're not feeling any changes happening in terms of governance. Yeah, maybe you're seeing a Vande Bharat. Okay, Vande Bharat came. Oh, new hydrogen fueled train has come. Like that, some few things here and there, some big stuff we are able to see. But ground level, when you look around yourself, so everything is still the same. The road is the same road. It is getting flooded. It is poor sanitation. It is poor infrastructure, poor connectivity. Mobile network connectivity itself is not there. Internet is not connecting properly. Basic things, why it is still lacking in our country. Money is going for this purpose. When every money is going into this, where are you going to find the return for it? And why? What is the reason why all the governments are investing in this? For 5 years, if you do it, you will get vote bank. That is the reason. All right. Supreme Court states duty to preserve life. Supreme Court bench headed by Justice Surya Kant during hearings in 2024 concerning farmer leader Jagjit Singh Dalewal's hunger strike. Supreme Court held that the union government and the state government must consider the protesters' age, medical condition, and public standing while ensuring immediate and adequate medical care. That is, you shouldn't be allowing anybody to die. Getting the point here. So the state should intervene when they get to know that, okay, this person's health is literally deteriorating. State should intervene and take that person to the hospital. State should provide them medical aid. Got the point here? So that is why I think now our Mr. Sonam Wangchuk has been hospitalized and he's been taken care of. Getting the point here? Medical assistance without compulsion. The Supreme Court held that medical assistance should be provided without compelling the person to end the hunger strike unless doing so is imperative to save the person's life. Means, if it becomes very life-threatening, then you should compel the person to end the hunger strike. If it is life-threatening. Otherwise, without compelling, if you can sustain that person, that is obviously feeding it through liquid, feeding liquid food. It is not going to go through their mouth. It is rather go through their nose. You put a tube and all the food or the nutrients, etc., all the vitamins, the minerals, all the essential things to keep the internal organs functioning, those are sent in the liquid format. Got the point here? In Ramlila Maidan incident 2011, Supreme Court suo motu judgment, Supreme Court recorded that the Union government had attempted to persuade Baba Ramdev to withdraw his proposed hunger strike against corruption in 2011 through correspondence from the Prime Minister and meetings with senior Union ministers. So this hunger strike is not something new to our country. It is something which is very, very old. All right. It is, if you actually take back to history, the first hunger strike that actually shook the foundations of the entire government from top to bottom, that was Potti Sri Ramalu. That led to the birth of the state called Andhra Pradesh, and which led to the state reorganization on linguistic basis. That is, on the basis of language, the realignment of the Indian Union that took place after Potti Sri Ramalu strike, hunger strike. But afterwards, whatever hunger strike that were conducted, most of it did not find its expected result or its expected outcome. Most of the hunger strikes ended up only becoming a short-term media fanfare. Other than that, it never actually led to anything concrete. One of the longest running hunger strikes was actually conducted by Irom Sharmila from Manipur for the withdrawal of AFSPA. She ran this for more than 16 years. More than 16 years to be on hunger strike where you're forced fed food. You're forced fed food. Did AFSPA get withdrawn from Manipur? No. AFSPA is still there as AFSPA. Whereas Irom Sharmila, when I say, I don't know how many people of the current generation will be probably even knowing her name. Got the point here? Just to connect this, Gandhian ideology is what people forget. Gandhi was very smart to understand that when you have a struggle phase, following that you should have a phase of truce. Then again struggle. That means once you have a peak activity, a peak energy activity, then you should actually, peak energy activity, all right. then you should actually bring it down. Then you should pick it up. Gandhi's movements also, if you see Rowlatt Satyagraha, non-cooperation movement, and then we had Chauri Chaura incident. Because the Chauri Chaura incident was violent, what did he do? He immediately called off non-cooperation movement, and the entire movement went into a period of low phase political activity, where he focused on khadi industries, self-reliance, village development, all that. Period of low phase. Again, it started picking up from where? The salt satyagraha. Salt satyagraha, civil disobedience movement. Then again a period of lull. Then it picked up again in Quit India movement. Because Gandhi had understood this long time ago from his experiments in Africa that it is very difficult to sustain the energy of the people at the peak level always. And it is even more difficult to sustain the energy of the people when you started it as a protest against NTA and education minister. But later it started branching out into different narratives, different demands. Where the people who are protesting also don't have any clarity. Aaj kis cheez ke liye protest kare? So what will happen? This is the deal. Got the point here? The Supreme Court has held that hunger strikes are a constitutionally recognized form of peaceful protest and are not prohibited by any law. Absolutely true. It is not at all prohibited by any law. Anybody can go on hunger strike in this country at any point of time, whenever they want, wherever they want. At the same time, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, father of Indian Constitution itself, we recognize as, he had made a statement, Gandhian methods don't have any place in independent India. Gandhian methods, I quote him, Gandhian methods don't have any place in independent India. You have to go through the system. There is a system for it. Through that system, you're supposed to go. Nothing else. Got the picture here? State should not interfere with peaceful protest. Court has ruled that the state should not interfere with a hunger strike or other forms of peaceful expression unless there is a genuine threat to communal harmony, public order, or public tranquility. Got the picture here? So, communal harmony, public order, or public tranquility. Unless these are getting disturbed, no need to interfere. Getting the picture here? This is the whole point. Any questions? If a layman starts hunger strike, will the government recognize it? Why should government recognize it? That is the first question. 145 crore people, everybody starts doing hunger strike. I want this, I want that, different demands if they start saying. Should the government kneel before everybody? That is the point. Suo moto means khud ba khud. Apne aap. That is govern. That is nobody filed any petition. Nobody filed any petition. Nobody filed any appeal. Supreme Court, based on media report or based on what they saw on TV, etc., they can give a verdict. They can give a direction. Modi orikkalum respond cheyan pogunnilla. Why should he respond? See, people understand. From a political point of view, I will tell you one thing. UPA government responded to Anna Hazare strike, correct? Everybody are telling, see, UPA government had a prime minister who responded to Anna Hazare. Yes, but who got the mileage out of it? Arvind Kejriwal. There is an important lesson right there. But there the difference was there. There the thing was, corruption was not a mere allegation. Corruption had happened at the highest level. Commonwealth Gate scam. Colgate. Colgate means not the toothpaste Colgate. Coal blocks that were allocated. In that, the Supreme Court found that almost, I think, 122 coal blocks that were allocated, they were all corrupt apparently. Were no due process, nothing was followed. Randomly, they had given coal blocks to whoever comes and goes, it was being allocated. So Supreme Court intervened and cancelled this and said that here also corruption had occurred. Then the alleged, at that point, now even Supreme Court has said that there was no 2G scam. But at that point, this was a huge deal. Because I think 1.2 lakh crore or something was the estimated loss, presumptive loss according to the CAG report. So every day, back to back, you're going on hearing this scam took place, that scam took place, that scam took place at the minister's level, government level. And Colgate allocation, this was directly under the Prime Minister's control. Nobody is telling that Manmohan Singh is corrupt. But the fact of the matter is, when he knew that this is happening right under his nose, he didn't even lift a finger to stop it. That is the reality. That is why Supreme Court later intervened and just cancelled it. Supreme Court did not give any further statements after that. Got the point? Comparing to that, when you see current protest, what is the thing? The paper leakage has occurred, no doubt about it. But has it happened at the level of NTA? Has it happened at the level of the government? No, it has happened at the grassroots level. That is the difference here. Direct involvement of the education minister, where he took the question paper and he is like, yeah, le lo ji, le lo. That has not happened, right? Correct? That is the reason why there is not much of public protest. Public is not actually bothered about it. That is the point here. Clear? Next election, veendum ee kallan thanne. Brother, so somebody has asked for the next election also, will it be the same dash? Will it be the same dash who is going to win? He had said almost an abusive word. I don't want to reveal that here. $1 million question. What is our opposition leader doing? There lies your answer. And like I told you, this is not happening at the level of the government. So when the first time these leak etc. took place, especially when NTA was created, the reason for the creation of NTA was SSC paper leak, a national testing agency, to do things. Then laws were changed so that people who leak the papers etc., the offense will be non-bailable and it won't be, and you will be barred from the exam permanently. That also they did. But still there are parents who are ready to, parents are there, teachers are there who are ready to buy and sell papers. That is the reason. Because in Indian society, there are a few professions. Government jobs, doctors. These are actually the top of the food chain. The rest of it, engineering, etc., comes later. Won't be considered as suicide and all, but yeah, it is a hunger strike. That's it. Grassroots level education minister should be careful. This is as good as saying Home Minister, who is Amit Shah, all right, he should stop all the rape in this country. Is it possible? You know why a crime occurs in India or anywhere in the world? I can do this crime and I can get away with it. That is the reason. So a peon who is hardly earning, a peon who is government peon or whatever, college peon who is hardly earning 30,000, you are offering him suddenly, I will give you 1 lakh. I will give you 1 lakh if you open the lock and click a few photos and send it to me. He will do it. Or 15 lakh, I think 15 lakh was offered to him, 10 or 15 lakh, some high amount only. You offer it to him, he will do it. You're really expecting education minister to sitting in Delhi to know about, yes, somebody is doing something in Maharashtra. They are leaking the paper. That is the reality. Got the point here? That is the reality for this. There is no other reality in this. Why should government see today? Government listens to one person. Tomorrow you will have to listen to another person. And understand this, Mr. Sonam Wangchuk, all said and done. June 22nd, after the FCRA amendments were notified by the Ministry of Home Affairs, which basically put a lock on all types of foreign funding. This notification came. June 28th only Mr. Sonam Wangchuk joined the protest. Understand? Don't go by the, oh my God, Sonam Wangchuk. Don't go by the emotions there. Go by the facts here. When did he join? Did he start his protest immediately after the leak happened? No. Only after this funding ka thing got stopped, then only he came and joined after 6 days. Within a week he joined. Chronology samajh lijiye. Don't get an emotional fool. Even I can put an emotional music, and if I'm sitting, oh, I am so weak. I am fighting for the students. बच्चों के लिए मैं लड़ रहा हूँ. That will not work. Even if I start a hunger protest tomorrow, I'm pretty sure at least I'll get 10 students from Chandra Layout at least to come and see me. Oh, Nikhil Sir. All that. But why? When? Be it in history, be it in polity, timing, date, what, when, think and only then come to a conclusion. Don't unnecessarily get driven emotionally. What did Supreme Court do? Did Supreme Court pull up the NTA? Yes, Supreme Court pulled up the NTA. Supreme Court asked NTA to do all the recommendations as given by the expert committee. All right. What did NTA tell to the Supreme Court? Told that, yes, we will go online from next year. Re-NEET exam conducted, everything conducted, no question paper leak, nothing happened, and yes, it's done and dusted, everything is over. What else are you going to do? See, solution, see, if you ask any solution for this, ja beta, ja jeele apni zindagi. That is the reason. That is the only thing to do. Allow a kid to pursue the career of his or her choice. Are you seriously telling me all the 17 lakhs or 18 lakhs who are studying for NEET exam, they all want to do it? They all are interested in, okay, all these 18 lakhs really want to become doctor? No, absolutely not. At least 50% will be there who are there only because of parental pressure. You allow the kids to pursue or take up a course of their choice or what they want to do in life, let them take it up. Done. Parents are ready to pay 2 crore to 5 crore for one seat of MBBS. One MBBS seat. This is the issue. Why are they ready? Why do they want that MBBS tag for their son? So that they will get dowry. Why do they want that MBBS tag for their daughter? So that they can get her married to another doctor or an IAS officer or an IPS officer or somebody from the military. This is the reason. It's a transactional business here. Are you really thinking that all the people who are sitting and preparing for this, they are all ready for the Samoha Seva, society, to serve the society they are coming here? The deep-rooted problem is what we need to understand here. The deep-rooted problem is what Indian parents are bringing up their children as a trophy. Dekho, mera beta ye kiya, mera beti ye kiya. When I was studying in school, we had school, 11th and 12th. We had to go to school. Now what is the trend that is happening? School will give attendance for you. You are not going for your 11th and 12th. You are straight away going into a coaching academy from morning till evening. School will give you attendance. That means 16 and 17, two most important years of your character building and personality building. The student sits there and does only what? From morning till evening, ratta maro, ulti karo. And then they later parents will sit and complain. He doesn't talk to anybody. She doesn't talk to anybody. She doesn't know how to take a bus. She doesn't know to do that. What surprise is there? That mindset has still not gone. Padai, what is it? Padoge, likhoge, nawa banoge, keloge, kudoge, something will happen. That still mindset is still there. I will end this discussion with one simple scenario. Kerala, I forgot the name of that that coaching academy. I think start your child's IAS coaching from 5th or 8th standard. 5th only, not 8th. 5th standard onwards, start your child's IAS coaching. They have made this small image of a child wearing one cap. Brown color cap, uniform, everything. A child is standing like this. Start the coaching early, etc. One advertisement, one ad came. So I saw this in Instagram actually. So there were apparently some 10 comments under it. So I just wanted to see what are those 10 comments. I was expecting like many people would have made fun of it. In that 10 comments, 9 comments were, please send details. 9 comments was about please send details. For what? 10-year-old kid. IAS. Only one comment was there. This is too late. You should start the training of the children when they are in LKG itself. Not LKG. That female has apparently commented. You should start it at pre-nursery only. Sarcastic comment. I know. Pre-nursery only you should start what? IAS coaching. Got the picture here? You want the education minister to stop this? Never going to happen. Now this generation who are 10-year-old parents means, kid of a parent who is 10-year-old means they should be around what? Now 2026. So 10 years ago, 2016, they would have been in a younger age. Somewhere around their 18, 19, 20, whatever. Around that period, 2012 to 16, that was the time period when Three Idiots, etc. came. These idiotic parents would have seen that movie. Yes, all that they would have done. And what are they doing today? Are they giving their 10-year-old a choice? Half of the people in this country, first of all, shouldn't marry. Another half of the people who are married, they don't even deserve to become parents. This is the problem. Until and unless this mindset changes, nothing will change. And these set of people, trust me, if tomorrow somebody says, UPSC ka question paper chahiye, probably this idiotic parents will actually sell their kidney to buy it. Illa diya, the next step is will be, come to, I have told this earlier also, come. While your wife is still pregnant, come and join our academy. Let her learn everything like Abhimanyu. But we will not allow your wife to sleep so that once your child comes out, he or she will clear prelims in the very first attempt. Come, bring your pregnant wife today. That is the next thing what we are going to witness. Supreme Court, premature release of prisoners. Premature release of prisoners. What is this premature release? Supreme Court directed all states and union territories to formulate and notify within 3 months a comprehensive policy for the premature release of elderly and terminally ill prisoners. This is very, very important. Elderly people, more than 80 years old and very, very ill, terminally ill. Terminally ill means they are suffering from like cancer or very serious illness. The policy must be framed in consultation with the respective state legal service authorities and must clearly prescribe the eligibility criteria and procedural framework for such releases. directions were issued while hearing a petition filed by NALSA, National Legal Services Authority, which highlighted absence of a uniform framework for the premature release of elderly and terminally ill prisoners, and stated that such a policy would address humanitarian concerns and help reduce prison overcrowding. There are many people actually who are very, very old. Now, when you go to the prison, you will feel, oh, yo, they are looking very old. They are looking very, this thing, like, innocent, sweet, like types they will be looking. So then when you ask them, okay, what did you do? Nothing. I just killed 5 people. Then only you'll be like, what the hell? All right. But now they are too old. Now they cannot do anything by themselves. They are too old, too weak. Many people are there like that. So keeping there inside that the prisoner, in the prison, first of all, it is too much of a headache. Constantly you need doctors or nurses to take care of them. Second thing is, it is again leading to overcrowding, because prisons don't have any special cell or something where you can put all the old people together. That is simply not possible. That much facility is not there in any prison. That is why you need a single comprehensive policy for the whole country to actually do what? Release these people based on a single criteria. So NALSA, what is NALSA? It was constituted under the Legal Services Authority Act of 1987, which aims to provide free legal services and ensure justice for weaker section. That is the main purpose of it. NALSA at the national level. Similarly, SALSA is there. Yeah, it is not the salsa dance salsa. There's a SALSA, means State Legal Services Authority. Every state it is there. They will provide free legal aid to the poor. Who is eligible for it? Women and children, members of SC/ST, persons with disabilities, industrial workmen, victims of human trafficking and disasters. Human trafficking means those people. Victims of human trafficking and disasters means human trafficking means buying and selling of human beings like goods, or of natural disasters. Under trial prisoners. Under trial prisoners means they have been arrested. They are in the sub jail. Their trial is yet to start. Getting the point here? Persons with annual income below prescribed limit. Core objectives: promote legal awareness, settle disputes amicably, organize lok adalats. It's almost like public courts. They will provide legal advice. They will represent you in court. They will help you even in drafting legal documents. Equitable access to justice, empowerment, speedy dispute resolution, reduced burden of courts. Reduced burden of courts, why? Means because sometimes it is not necessary that all the cases you have to take to the court. NALSA will call the parties outside and they will be like, let us settle it down here only. Then they will write and they will give an undertaking. Yeah, we are okay with this final settlement. That final document will be submitted to the court. That case we have sorted it out between us. This is only generally for these civil type cases. Criminal cases, you cannot say that I murdered her father, so I've decided to marry her. So we have decided to sort it out by court. That you cannot do it. Criminal cases, you will have to face the music. All right. This is generally for the small issues. See, after all, poor people, many of them will be in jail for petty puny crimes, not some serious crimes and all. So there is a structure. Supreme Court Legal Services Committee is there, which is its apex policy body. They will refer the cases to NALSA. The Chief Justice of India is the patron in chief. Senior most Supreme Court judges, the executive chairman. High Court Legal Services committees will be managing it. Then the structure: State Legal Services, High Court, District Legal Services, Taluk, like that. So State Legal Services will provide representation for cases in the High Court. District Legal Services authorities will provide legal services for representation in district level. Clear, people? So this you can consider as an example of judicial activism. Clear? Judicial activism. Judicial activism means what is it? Where judiciary takes an active interest in either making a law or passing a policy. Making a law or passing a policy or implementing a law. Generally, we call it judicial activism when legislature or the executive. Legislature fails in making law. Executive fails in implementing law. Clear? It is given in the PDF, ma. Legal Services Authorities Act, 1987. Sorry, brother or sister, whoever is that. Anushka Chand. This is a live class. I cannot keep repeating. We will finish the topic, and if time permits, I'll get back. Because I have not even reached halfway. Niti Aayog Roadmap for Bioeconomy. So what is Niti Aayog? First thing to understand is that earlier we had a planning commission. Okay. A planning commission was there from 1951. They used to make 5-year plans. 1951 to 56. The first 5-year plan, where the focus was on agriculture. Then you had a second 5-year plan, 1956 to 61, where the focus was on industries. Like that, planning commission used to decide for 5 years what is our target, next 5 years what is our target. Got the picture here? And because planning commission made the plan, planning commission had two functions. One was, yes, make the plan, and the second one was fund allocation. Fund allocation also according to what? According to the plan. Getting the point here? Plan, fund allocation. So, because of this, planning commission became such an important body. While we were preparing, planning commission was an important body. Finance commission was actually a joke. We used to skip that chapter in Lakshmikant, and nobody used to care about finance commission's recommendation, even though it was a constitutional body. Why planning commission became such an important body? Mainly this. Funds were allocated to the states on the basis of what plan the planning commission has decided. So planning commission will say, this is the plan, and that plan was imposed on all the states. Whether the states liked it, whether the states didn't like it, nobody cared. It was a strictly top-down approach. Got the point here? This is how it used to go. Now I will give you a small job. I have already given that job to my public administration students, but here I will give it to you also. Google this one simple thing and tell me. Planning commission. Two toilets, cost, construction. Put this in Google and tell me what is the number that you are seeing there. What is the cost of putting up 2 toilets in the planning commission's main building in Delhi? Tell me what is the number. $35 lakh. 35 lakh. Correct? Kundana, Naveen, Dharani. Correct? 50k to 1.5 lakh. Vijay Raut, from where you are getting your numbers from? Raja Durga. Correct? Anushka. Correct? Vijay Lakshmi. Yes, 35 lakhs only. Don't faint and fall. Sakshi, Shagun, Ammu. Alright. 35 lakhs for 2 toilets. Today's money value, if we take, now that is from I think 2012 or something, 2012 or 13 data it is. 35 lakh for 2 toilets. When today's money value, if you calculate it, it will be anywhere between 60 to 65 lakhs. 60 to 65 lakhs, if it is there for an individual in this country, 90% of their financial problems will get sorted out. Got the point here? At the peak of planning commissions, let's say existence, they used to spend money like this. That is not even the crazy part here. The crazy part is where the deputy chairman, the then deputy chairman of planning commission, justifying this expenditure. All said and done, when NDA government under Narendra Modi, when it came into power, the first thing that they did was they took out planning commission and brought in Niti Aayog. Where Niti Aayog is only a think tank. Think tank means literally what it said, as the name suggests. Think, sochna, means they will basically suggest policies, suggest schemes, suggestions only. Whether the government wants to take it up or not, it is left to the government. Niti Aayog does not have any role in funding. Planning commission got took out. Now who came back into power? Finance commission got its izzat back. Fund allocation, fund distribution between center and states today is strictly on the basis of the recommendations of the finance commission. Out of the total taxes collected by the center, 41% is distributed to the states on the basis of what? The recommendations of the finance commission. This is the system. It makes me lose patriotism. Don't be too emotional. Too much of emotion is like loose motion. All right? Even for you also, it will be and for people who are watching it also, it will be So don't do it. Keep all the emotions under control. Then less loose motion. All right? Come. Patriotism you will lose anta. Oh, what and all I have to bear. India's Niti Aayog bioeconomy roadmap, the 2035 and 2047 vision. So basically what has Niti Aayog suggested? As a suggestion, what they have given. Propels India to global biotech top 3 power. 50,000 crore for bioeconomy growth. Dedicated production linked incentive scheme for biomanufacturing. 6 national biotechnology missions. Mission mode implementation strategy. New financing, regulatory reform, cross ministerial governance. Cross ministerial governance simply means collaboration between the ministries. Growth and development targets. How important is this topic for UPSC prelims and mains? I will contact the chairman tomorrow in Dolpur house and I will let you know. Okay. I may be looking very young, but I'm very, very old. Older than Gandhi actually. And he was my student, the UPSC chairman. He will definitely tell me next year's question paper. So these are the targets for what? Bioeconomy. 1.195 billion for 25, 691 billion 35, 2.6 trillion in 47, and create at least 30 million high value jobs. So how you can get it? What are the 6 national biotechnology missions? Gene India, affordable gene and cell therapies like your CRISPR-Cas9, AgriBio 2.0, climate resilient gene edited crops, biological farm inputs. This is basically to improve the farming output. That is, see, we are going to face water shortage. We are going to face climate changes. So we need to develop, varieties which will actually help in growth. Less input, more growth we get. Commercialize synthetic biology innovations. That is again to do with all these synthetic genetics, synthetic bacteria and all that. Integrated surveillance, infectious diseases, AMR, microbial resistance. Marine biotechnology expands seaweed cultivation, marine bioproducts. Seaweed again as a biofuel, food, all that. Biopharma next. Global hub, biologics, biosimilar, AI drug discovery. All this are the targeted areas, potential area, because already we have the reputation of being what? One of the most affordable medicine manufacturers in the world. Correct? Pharmaceutical drugs, most affordable once India is manufacturing. Building on that base, we can develop this further is what Niti Aayog has suggested. Got the point here? It's just a suggestion. हम ये कर सकते हैं, करेगा या नहीं, we will only get to know in 2035, 10 years from now, 2047. Clear? Automatic exchange of information framework. This year, when you would have, correct. This year, when whoever has filed an ITR, if your parents have filed an ITR, they would have been surprised slightly. And what is the reason for the surprise? So I filed my ITR, I think, today's date is what? 18th. I filed my ITR on 16th. 16th evening. So evening, I'm obviously, I know one thing, that no government servant is that level patriotic. Oh my God, desh ka seva karna hai, ITR ka refund dena hai. No. 5 o'clock they will leave. That much I know. 6, 7 o'clock or something only, my, CA, chartered accountant, my friend, filed my ITR. Next day morning, even before I think 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning, I get a message telling that the refund has come. Never it has happened. Till last year and all, when you file it, I have to call him and ask, when will the refund come? He will say, wait for some more time. 2.5 months aram se it would take. Now what is the thing? It didn't even take 24 hours. And look at the irony. Filed it after office hours. Got it before the office hours. How was that even possible? That is only possible if you were using AI in it. Exactly. Only if you were using AI in it. So AI, you gave the data to AI. AI processed all the information, whatever was given. AI did not find any error. AI immediately approved what? Yeah. Process the refund. Money came. That's it. A refund will be there in case if you have paid more tax. You have paid more tax means refund will come. That is the point. Getting the logic here. So what is going to happen is we are not just going to see loss of jobs at the corporate world. We are also going to see more and more drop in vacancies in UPSC exams, SSC CGL exams, SSC CHSL exams, SSC MTS exams. After that, state government exams. Got the point here? It is dropping. Clear? It will drop. Foreign Asset Info Display on AIS, Annual Information System, CBDT, that is the Central Board of Direct Taxes, will allow taxpayers to view foreign jurisdiction info, foreign assets and income reported, accessible through income tax e-filing portal. Means what? So if I am owning property abroad, I wish I had. If I am owning property abroad, I have some investments abroad. What are my investments abroad? What are my properties abroad? That will be visible to me in the CBDT website. If I go and click on my e-filing portal, it will clearly tell these are your assets. That means the days are not so far away. So foreign assets, they are already showing it to you, correct? The days are not so far away where the government at the end of the year, even before you file the ITR or not, government will tell this much is your income tax. This is your income. This is what you are supposed to pay. This is what you have paid already. Do you agree to it or not? One question will come. You will say, yes, this is correct. Yes. Or your CA will say, that data is correct. Yes. Refund will come. That is where we are heading to. Getting the point here. That is where we are headed to. So, foreign income, foreign asset, everything is going to be shown for those people who have the assets, etc., in their income tax portfolio. Why? Global Data Exchange Network. India receives data from more than 100 countries. That is, even if you did not tell to the government of India that you have properties there, but other countries have shared the information with the tax authorities here. Foreign bank account, custodial account, financial investment, interest, dividends, income, every detail will be available. Got the point here? Calendar years displayed 22, 23, 24. Whatever years display and timeline status, that is what investments you had in 22, 23, 24, all that will be available. Does not represent a complete record of foreign asset. Only data received by CBDT from partner jurisdiction is available. Only data received by CBDT. Oh, that is same thing. Only so right now it is not a complete picture is what the article is telling, but it is only the initial days. Eventually, what will happen? You have an asset anywhere, it will come under government radar. Period. Those good days are gone, where you can make assets here, there, everywhere. Nobody will get to know that those days are gone. You make anything illegal now, you will get caught one day or the other. Thanks to digitalization and AI. Got the point here? What's your take or POV on Modi government? जानकर क्या करोगे? I want to know. What will you do knowing it? Whoever were accused or guilty of corruption or on whom ED investigation, income tax investigation was there in Congress, MPs or MLAs, on whom ED investigation, tax investigation, etc. was there. They all left Congress and they joined BJP. As soon as they joined BJP, all the investigations stopped. So if you ask me, technically, cleanest party right now in India is Congress. Getting the point here? So whom should you vote for then? Will you vote for the party which used to have all the corrupt politicians? Or will you vote for the party which took the corrupt politicians? Get into a job. Pray to God that you never have to visit a government hospital. You never have to visit a police station. You never have to visit a court. Because these three places will make you from middle class, it will make you Bekari Pro Max. No, this is not a recognized definition by the government. But you will become one. Alright? Digitalization of the criminal justice system. Crypto. Even crypto also, Chaitanya, even crypto also. Crypto, initially at least now, there is no way to track it down. That is the, especially if you have made investments abroad, etc. But eventually that also will come under tracking. It will come. It is not a big deal anymore. Clear? Central government aims to achieve a full digital rollout of India's criminal justice system from 1st July 2027 through the interoperable criminal justice system, under which investigation and trial procedures under the new criminal laws will be recorded digitally. Everything that is there, all right, everything, right from the time period of filing the FIR to the court proceedings, then the court final verdict, this entire thing will be in digital format. And that will start from when? 1st July 2027. Getting the picture here? This means it will become faster. Normally, by the time you get the written order copy from the court, then you go file an appeal, all this will take time. Now it will be like all digital. Verdict, type it, upload it, immediately the verdict is available. You take the copy, take the printout, or you upload the verdict, and then you can file an appeal. You will end up saving on lots and lots of time. Administrative delay in the judiciary or in the criminal justice system in totality, when you see, will come down drastically. The digital system will electronically record, note it, electronically record entire criminal justice process, including registration of the FIR, first information report, investigation, filing of the charge sheet, presentation of evidence and witness testimonies, trial and case disposal, with data stored on the government's cloud platform, Meghraj. Potential prelims point. Potential prelims point right there. So all that entire thing associated with criminal justice system, from filing FIR, videographic evidence, audio recorded evidence, everything, witness testimony will go into this platform. India's criminal justice system comprises police, courts, prisons, forensic services, prosecution, and seeks to balance the rights of the accused with the interests of victims and society while ensuring procedural fairness. India follows the adversarial system of criminal justice based on the principles of natural justice, including the rule of fair hearing, audi alteram partem, whereas the inquisitorial system followed in civil law countries gives judges an active role in investigating facts and determining outcomes. What do you mean by that? Adversarial system means you are innocent until proven guilty. Until it is proven in court of law, you are innocent. So the responsibility is on the state to prove that you are guilty. Whereas in most of the European countries, including USA, it is like a inquisitorial system. Inquisitorial system means judge will not simply sit there listening to the facts of the case. Judge can take an active role in the investigative procedure. Judge, even though, let us say, sometimes what happens is, say for example, I don't know where it was actually, USA only, jury found the accused not guilty, and jury actually gave him a very small punishment to that guy, and that guy started laughing. He was some 16 or 17-year-old fellow who murdered some 45-year-old guy. 16, 17 in our country is all very thin, small, with chashma, looking like schoolboys they will be. 17-year-old in USA and all will be looking like a 30-year-old in India. Tall, big, huge and all that. So that guy started laughing, that 17-year-old fellow. The judge simply told, you have taken the life of a human being and you are in my court and you have the spine to laugh like this. I hereby sentence you to life imprisonment. He wrote and gave. The only reason the jury found him like, okay, let us give him a lesser punishment was because of his age factor. But the way he laughed at the victim's family, the judge, what is it? Judge ka 12 baj gaya. How they say. Judge actually said nothing doing. You can file your appeal in the High Court. I am giving you life imprisonment. You can go and file your appeal. Because obviously, just like how it is in India, appeal process will take time. Till then, he will be in jail. Got the picture here? There they can do that. In India, that is not the case. Judge is not at all supposed to interfere with the investigation at any point of time. Judge is supposed to sit there neutral. Investigation or even during the trial, just sit there neutrally listening to both the sides and then finally give a verdict based on the evidence presented. Got the logic here? The Indian Penal Code and Code of Criminal Procedure Code have been replaced by the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita and the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, which seek to make the criminal justice system more citizen-centric while balancing the rights of the accused and victims. The new criminal laws have made forensic examination of crime scenes mandatory for offences punishable with 7 years or more for imprisonment. Forensics again in our country was never an important factor in investigation. Forensic investigation took a turn only after the Sanjay Chopra, Geeta Chopra murder case. If you have already watched that Billa Ranga case, it is. What is that series name? I forgot. It is there on Amazon. So after that case only, military officers, Air Force officers' children murdered by 2 hardcore criminals. It was after that only forensic science started developing. But even then, forensics was never a major concern. One major case again where the forensic evidence entirely went for a toss or the police didn't even bother to collect the forensic evidence was the Arushi murder case. So many important forensic evidence they did not bother to collect. They did not bother to do a proper check of the house. They did not check the wall for blood prints, blood stains, nothing. It was a forensic nightmare it was. But these days, forensic science is growing. For those of you who are still in your 12th, etc., BSc in forensic science, BSc in cyber forensics, these are some career opportunities that are available with you. You should consider it. So one of my student, again, she is in forensics actually in Maharashtra, in Pune actually. So she keeps telling me about her her investigations and all. Obviously, you should have a real strong heart here, because the first case that she dealt with was that while she was still undergoing training, double suicide it was. So entering the room, because they will be the first ones to enter there. Police will see from outside, okay, suicide has happened. Then they won't enter. The forensic team will enter first. They will enter, they will see, they will say, okay, here, this is what happened, that is what happened. They will make the conclusion there. So you should have the kaleja to see a dead body and not faint and fall. So even before they remove the body from there, they have to carry you to the hospital to give you glucose. Got the point here? The number of forensic laboratories increased from 129 in 23 to 154 in 2025 to support the implementation of the new criminal laws. According to NCRB, only 46% of FIRs were digitally transmitted to courts, indicating that digital integration of the criminal justice system remains incomplete. It is true, it is incomplete, but it is a good news that at least it has reached 46%. So another 3-4 years, don't you think it will reach somewhere at least 60-64? Maybe in another 7-8 years it will touch 100. All FIRs becoming digital. Then no more tearing of the paper, nothing. You cannot tear the FIR and throw it away or something, nothing. Once it is uploaded into the system, it is uploaded. There is no retrieving it back. The proposed national-wide digital rollout by 27 aims to bridge this gap and improve the efficiency of the criminal justice system. RAC, correct, Avishay. So I have told you, don't indulge with these people. They never got attention from their family. They never received attention from their friends, from the girl that they wanted to hit on. So they are coming and hitting on me. Thoda attention de do na, are de do na. That is what it is. Ignore. What to do? Delhi's EV policy, electric vehicle policy. Transport is the largest contributor to winter particulate pollution matter. That is true. Again, it is going to become winter. October, November, December onwards, once again the pollution level will start climbing up, and the major contributor for that is the vehicles, followed by the construction sector. This is a fact. Not the Diwali crackers, which you burst on 1 day or 2 day. Diwali crackers, yes, worst, what is already like bad air quality, that will become worse for that 1-2 days. That is real. There is no doubt about it. But just because you stop burning the crackers doesn't mean that suddenly in Delhi it will be hawa. That won't be the case. All right. According to the Commission for Air Quality Management, transport sector contributes to 23% of pollution. Delhi has approximately 1.05 crore two-wheeler vehicles, but only 1.7% are electric. 5.68 lakh two-wheelers registered during 25-26, only 41,000 are. That is only 7% are electric. Two-wheeler registrations increased by nearly 25% from 4.6 lakhs to 5.68 lakhs. That means everywhere, if you really see, two-wheeler is the significant contributor. Now, what is the new policy? Only electric three-wheelers and light commercial vehicles can be registered from 1st January 2027. Electric three-wheelers, that is from next year onwards, only electric auto, small electric light commercial vehicles, that small goods vehicle is there na, Ace, etc. Only that will be allowed. Only electric two-wheelers will be entertained from 1st January 2028. That means bye petrol engines. No more petrol engines in Delhi from 1st January 2028. That is, if you are going to buy, you will be only able to buy what electric vehicles there. Two-wheelers constitute nearly 67% of Delhi's vehicle fleet, making their electrification critical for reducing the emissions. So obviously imagine 67% of the vehicles becoming electric. Similarly, three-wheelers and light commercial vehicles contribute disproportionately to urban air pollution because of their high daily usage. That is also true. Auto rickshaws, etc. If you see, some starts from 6 or 7 in the morning, continues all the way till 10 or 11. Three-wheelers account for about 4% of electric fleet, of which 43.16% are already electric. That's it. So this is a positive step for what? Towards cleaner air. This is a positive step. Eventually, you can push this fact for what? For other vehicles also. Clear? Strict implementation of the end-of-life vehicle policy would require replacement of 15-year-old petrol and 10-year-old diesel vehicles, two-wheeler with electric vehicles. Correct? That also has to be implemented. But that again, I think by 29, 30, etc., they will push for what? Electric car or this ethanol mixed cars. Delhi currently has 771 public electric vehicle charging points, which are unevenly distributed, largely concentrated in southern part of the city. And Delhi Transco Limited has been tasked with expanding the charging infrastructure. More places are there means automatically people will buy electric vehicle. And in another 2-3 years, don't you think technology also will improve, where the charging time will reduce and the range will increase? Correct? Those are the advantages. Burring. Burring means consequence. What consequence? No such consequences as such. Very less maintenance. And actually, I will tell you, thanks to this whole E20 fear that is there, trust me, in the coming months, EV vehicle sales are going to go up. Be it two-wheeler, be it four-wheeler, it is all going to climb up. The only major consequence, if you see long term, would be the battery part. Beyond 5 or 7 years, that battery, you cannot use it apparently. So what will you do with all those batteries? How will you recycle it? We'll have to create a system where you recycle the batteries or to keep reusing the batteries. Those things will be necessary. But that is much later. That we need not worry now. But at least at a ground level perspective, if you see, the pollution levels can be brought down. Burning problem. It is not burning problem. It is them catching fire. That is largely because of the poor quality batteries. So most of the models which have caught fire so far, they are the Chinese ones. Chinese vehicles are there, or the vehicles which run with China implemented built products, etc. Not the expensive EVs, etc. So far from them, no major complaints have come. All right. VBG Ramji. So this transition has happened. I have already told you there is no more MG Narega. It is VBG Ramji. Vikasit Bharat Guarantee for Rozgar and Ajivika Mission Gramin replaced the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme with effect from 1st July 2026. According to an analysis by Liptech India, the number of registered workers declined from 27 crore to 26.33 crore, a reduction of 67.6 lakh workers, while the number of active workers declined from 10.8 to 10.57, reduction of 26.3 during the first fortnight after the transition. Rural Development Ministry stated that number of registered and active workers is dynamic because states and union territories continuously verify, update and renew worker and job card records, and the deletions are carried out according to the SOPs prescribed by the center. So some people are basically telling there is a dip. Hindu was actually screaming there is a small dip in the number of workers, CCC, because of digitalization. You have to digitalize. You have to see who is a worker and who is a non-worker. What used to happen with MG Narega, I have told this earlier also, MG Narega was people will simply come and sign. Then they will go somewhere to the city somewhere and they will do work. Some other work they will do. They will come back. From Narega, they will get their money. Half of it they will give to that contractor or job contractor or to the panchayat or whatever. Another half they will keep. What work they have done? Zero. So this is another scheme which has been running in the country for more than now 20 years. And when you see, that is MG Narega I'm talking about. And when you see the rural assets built from Narega, it is almost zero. One state we can say it is corruption. How is it possible that from north to south, east to west, MG Narega scheme was running for 20 years and you are not seeing any asset built in rural area? So VB G Ramji, Vikasit Bharat Guarantee for Rozgar and Ajivika missions, main highlight is that yes, it will provide 125 days of work instead of 100 days of Narega. But more than that, what asset have you built? That you have to click photo, upload it into the system. Based on that only fund is also given. And here again, fund is shared between the center and the states. Responsibility it is shared. Under Narega, there was no responsibility sharing. Center used to keep on funding. State will say, people are demanding Narega. Come on, give money. And center will be like, lay. Got the point here? So now accountability has been fixed. So center is now like, okay. For what projects are you going to do? For those projects, I am ready to put the share. So state is like, that is the problem. So state is also responsible, means do you think state will simply allow people to not register, walk around, do whatever you want, and then simply we will give you money? That will never work. So digitalization coming even with welfare schemes. Supreme Court citizenship. So Supreme Court citizenship, this is again about set aside 27 judgments of the Guwahati High Court declaring the appellants to be foreigners and remanded the cases to the respective foreigners tribunals for fresh adjudication. What is that? See, the High Court of Guwahati basically, around 27 cases were there, where the High Court of Guwahati simply rejected their citizenship appeal, etc., and rejected every case. No, we have rejected your petition. You're not a citizen. High Court ruled it. Supreme Court said, no. Those cases should be decided by the foreigners tribunals for fresh adjudication. What is a tribunal? Tribunals are courts again, but they will deal only with a specific subject. Like how you have National Green Tribunal that will deal with what? Environmental cases. You have Foreigners Tribunal that deals with specific cases about what? This citizenship, etc. So let the Foreigners Tribunal decide it. And court also made one more sentence. Arbitrarily, you cannot take a decision. Follow the due process of law and give the petitioners also an opportunity to express their side of the story. That fair opportunity should be provided. That let them present their side of the case. You are unilaterally deciding, no, you are not citizen, not citizen, not citizen. That you cannot do. That is the bottom line here. The court held that foreigners tribunals must ensure that the individual receives a fair opportunity to be heard. The grounds of the proceedings are disclosed. The evidence supports the reference and the conclusions are based on material on record. DDC and AHDC. DDC means District Development Council. This is set up for Jammu Kashmir. Autonomous Hill Development Councils, this is set up for Ladakh. What is the legal basis for setting up this? Jammu and Kashmir Panchayati Raj Act, and this has been set up under Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council Act. Purpose: district level planning and development. At the district level, how the things should be planned. That is what the DDC will do. Here, in hill districts, how should local governance be carried out? Areas covered, all districts of Jammu and Kashmir will be covered under this DDC. Whereas, Leh and Kargil districts being extended to all 7 districts of Ladakh. Initially, Leh and Kargil used to be the only districts in Ladakh. Now, 7 new districts have also come, and all 7 districts of Ladakh also will have what? Autonomous Hill Development Councils. District Development Councils for Jammu and Kashmir. Autonomous Hill Development Councils for Ladakh. District level local self-government institution. Okay. So here, majority of the members are directly elected. Majority of the councillors are directly elected. Some members may be nominated. So how is the chairperson, vice chairperson, etc. elected? Fine. Now this is the interesting part. District commissioner coordinates administration. Chief executive officer coordinates administration here. Be it the district commissioner, be it the chief executive officer. Who are these people ultimately? IAS. Now tell me, you are sitting maybe at the top of District Development Council or Autonomous Hill Development Council. You are either the commissioner or you are the CEO, Chief Executive Officer. All right. Now both are union territories. Don't forget that. Both are union territories. So you will be answerable to whom? Correct. You will be focusing only thinking about answering to the central government. Tell me, will you be really scared of, or will you forget scared? Will you be pressurized by this council members of district? Ultimately, what from the district people have elected their representatives. Some councillors are there, one chairman is there. Will you be any which way affected by the chairman or the councillors? Will you be any which way affected by it? Because your posting, your career entirely is in the hands of central government. Even if they come up with $1 million idea, we can develop this particular area of ours. We want to do it like this. We want to do this, etc. If they come and tell, you will be like, Take lete hain. Let's see. You will transfer that information to the central government. Only if central government is going to give you the approval or green signal, you are even going to entertain their ideas. Correct? So what is the grand conclusion here? Yes, when we see it on paper, District Development Council voted by the people of the district. Autonomous Hill District Council voted by the people. This is for J&K. This is for Ladakh. This may look like, yes, people's body. But ultimately, what is the reality? It is actually dominated by IAS. Why? Now, yes, what is the negative side of it? Negative side of it is that grassroots democracy is affected. Correct, because ultimately what the people want, that is not what the IAS officer will implement. IAS officer is only going to implement what the central government has told him. Only that he will implement. So grassroots will not get affected. So grassroots will feel, oh, why they are not listening to us? Only central is deciding everything. What is the other side of it? The other side of it is, because central government is implementing things, it will be uniform. Through each district, if you go and ask, बोलो बेटा क्या चाहिए तुझे? Some of them will even say, आजादी चाहिए, हमें पाकिस्तान के साथ जाना चाहता हूं हम. Correct? That is also possible. We cannot entertain that. Correct? Even in Autonomous Hill District Council, if you go and ask them what do they want, they will also tell something crazy like that. We don't want Indians here. We only want Ladakhi people here. Possible. I cannot entertain both of that. Thoughts of separatism, I cannot entertain. So what is the only other solution then? I will decide. You people listen. You want development, right? You want infrastructure, right? That we will bring. We will implement it. Clear with this? So yes, Truly, whether it will get represent grassroots people at the bottom level, will their ideas be represented? We don't know. But advantage is what? Uniform scheme or policy implementation across districts in JNK, across hill districts in Ladakh. That is the advantage. Got the point here? And obviously, I will tell you one more reason. We are talking about Jammu and Kashmir. We are talking about Ladakh. We cannot actually give it to the people and ask them, Bolo beta, kya chahte ho tum? You cannot do that. We are having two Khujli neighbors. All right. People who are having two neighbors we are having who have files since 1947. One is Pakistan and one is China. So their central government cannot take a decision where central government is like asking the local people what do you want, because here it is a question of national security. Barring the southern one small portion of Jammu and Kashmir, the entire Jammu and Kashmir if you take, including Ladakh if you take, it is exposed to enemy nations. Getting the picture here? Their center cannot take a risk with, asking the people. That is also one more reason why center is not immediately ready to, center is playing delaying tactics with what? Not ready to give immediately statehood to Jammu and Kashmir. Getting the point here? It is strictly from an external security point of view, because one more terror attack if it happens, everybody will blame the center only. Everybody will blame the center. When Pahalgam attack took place, correct? When Pahalgam terror attack took place, everybody blamed the center only. It is an intelligence failure. What were you people doing? Blah, 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 blah. Started blasting the center. What did center do? Okay, things are looking better. Let us reduce the military presence. Let us improve tourism. Immediately a terror attack took place. So center cannot take a risk with it until and unless POK comes aligned with us, or in Pakistan basically, Balochistan completely becomes independent. China, we will deal with it later. Clear? The rest of it you can read. Kudankulam data leak. So this is the second data leak that has happened inside Kudankulam nuclear power plant. No official confirmation is there. Government has just said it has just got some parameters about the temperature, pressure, etc. Not about how the fusion reaction will happen or how the nuclear reaction will happen inside the Kudankulam power plant. That has not leaked. That is what the government has said. Reuters, which is like an international newspaper, they have Sanchi, even I have read about it. Balochistan declaring their independence, etc. Surprising thing for me is that I had predicted this in my Praram Polity NCRT class. So if somebody was, and somebody again asked me today, will Modi come back again in 2029? So two things are there. POK, if it comes back to India without even firing a bullet, because already POK also protests are happening, and strangely enough, people who are protesting there in POK, they have started giving slogans against, raising slogans against Pakistani government, and they have started giving slogans in favor of Indian government. This has never happened in the history of POK, number one. The next option is Balochistan. If Balochistan becomes completely independent, both of any one of this happens also, it will be, the political atmosphere in India is definitely bound to change. But in case if these two doesn't work, the next Brahmastra inside the government will be just before the 2029 elections. They will do what? They will bring a big drop in the prices of petrol and diesel. Definitely that is going to happen. 10-15 rupees. It will be something very dramatic where people will be like, that will happen. That they will ensure. Before the elections only they will do it, not earlier than that. because we are all goldfish at the end of the day. We have very small memory span. So before 3 or 4 months before the election, when you do that, then everybody will be like, wow, this is a fantastic thing. Till that moment, whatever the government did or didn't do, people won't care. The other option, if none of these works, the other option is, like, we have so many terror organizations in Pakistan again. Many terror organizations are there. So this all those type of terror organizations, one of the common element in them is that they always attack India just before the election. They always do that. Best example, 2008, 26/11 attack. The idea behind them attacking India just before the election is they think that, with this we will show that Indian government is very weak. This is how we will show our takat. They don't know. Even now they have not learned their lesson. If they attack India before the election in 2028, if they are successful in attacking India, then that is enough for Indians to finally realize, oh my God, I am an Indian. Bharat Mata ki Jai. Patriotism will be overflowing. Karachi, etc. will be finished. Definitely then Balochistan or POK will become independent, and that will be the end of it. If that at all, the terror attack happens, which I personally feel it will happen, because first of all, which terrorist has humor sense? When was the last time you saw a terrorist telling, I'm going to blast it, I'll blast it, hey, I'll blast it, hey, you got scared? You have never seen a laughing terrorist, right? Correct? So a person who doesn't have humor sense doesn't have intelligence also, trust me. So when they come and do that, what will happen? 2029, Aram se Narendra Modi will win, and BJP will win. Got the point here? That is how this whole thing will run. So you can just go through it. Kudankulam data power leak, nothing great is there. Like, factually nothing great is there other than the fact that data leak has happened. And cyber security is a repeatedly asked topic in GS paper 3, internal security. Got the point here? GLP-1 based medicines and dermatological effects. This is again an old topic. Number one, GLP is glucagon-like peptide-1 based medicines are prescription drugs used to treat obesity, type 2 diabetes, and metabolic disorders by improving weight-related health, blood sugar control, and cardiometabolic risk. That is, this is a new magic pill, I would say. All right. In POK. What about retirement age of PM? Why should he retire? He retires or doesn't retire, that is irrelevant. That you leave. Let me tell you, whether you like BJP or you don't like BJP, objectively look at that party. They are the most disciplined party in this country. Trust me on that. They have agenda. They know for next 25 years who will be the next prime minister after Modi. After Modi, then after that person, who will be the next one. They have made their chart and plan already. Understand that very clearly. You like them, you hate them, that is your personal business. But they have a complete clarity as to what they are doing. Yes, pro-Hindutva politics. Yes, they talk about Hinduism a lot. No doubt about it. But they are not ashamed of it either. हाँ भाई मैं हिंदू हूँ, क्या करोगे? That is their line. Got the point? They don't have a confusion. This is my identity. On this one, on this basis, I'm going to ask votes. Kar lo jo karna hai. That is their attitude. So Modi is there or Modi is not there, you leave it. They have clarity. Coming to this year, glucagon like peptide-1 based medicines. These medicines, basically, these are the latest like magic pills for people who are suffering from obesity or sugar related issues, because it will actually help in weight loss a little more faster. But because it helps in doing it faster, the problem is you will get this Ozempic face and facial changes. Ozempic facials means suddenly your cheekbones will look very high. Your cheeks will go inside. your neck and all, you can start counting the veins, everything. For example, I think this guy, even that Karan Johar, here he is under this medication, I believe. Getting the point here. He is under that medication. That is why suddenly, if you look at him from that Tandurust, nice face, suddenly he is looking like hollow, cheeks and all sunken, cheekbones and all are visible, neck area, etc. Totally fat loss is there. Then, because normally if you are going for a weight loss, normally if you are going for taking weight training, etc., the face, the tummy area, these are the last parts in your body where the fat will be lost. The first areas obviously will come from your arms, your legs and feet, etc. The last place where your fat loss is happening is your tummy area. The last place. So that when you do it gradually, no issues. Slowly it will drop. Otherwise, if you're taking this medicine and you're doing it, there'll be a sudden drop in your skin. Your skin, etc. will start loosely hanging from here and there. Plus, it can affect your nails. Nails may become brittle, peel, grow slowly and break easily. It will break off very easily. So people who have the habit of biting their nails and all, it will easily come off. Substantial weight loss may cause loose skin cover, abdomen, arms, thighs, breasts and under the chin. So this folds you will get in your skin. Hair shedding can happen. Potential benefits for inflammatory skin disease. Anti-inflammatory effect also is there. That is, inflammatory effects means any swelling, etc. If it is there, pain, etc. will be less. However, there is no conclusive evidence that all this side effects is because of this medicine. But it is understood that anything which will help you in drastic weight loss or drastically reducing your sugar levels, some side effect should be there. Correct. So the only solution to all of this is go only natural. Natural means go for exercise and a high protein diet. Cyclosporiasis outbreak in the USA. Now the cyclosporiasis outbreak again. Widespread outbreak of cyclosporiasis, a foodborne illness caused by the microscopic parasite Cyclospora cayetanensis. It spreads through consumption of food or water contaminated with feces containing the parasite and does not spread person to person. That is the most important point. UPSC always wants to know whether it will spread sexually, but it will not. Fecal matter should come in contact with the food where that parasite is present. Then only it will spread. Frequent watery diarrhea, bloating, loss of appetite, abdominal cramp, fatigue, weight loss, vomiting, low-grade fever. These are the symptoms. Children, older adults, immunocompromised individuals whose immunity is already weak, maybe because they have other illness. Severe dehydration, malabsorption, cholecystitis and reactive arthritis. Previous outbreaks linked to contaminated fresh produce. Leafy green, coriander, parsley, lettuce, spinach, raspberry, snow peas, basil. Again, the parasite is not routinely detected in standard stool tests. Stool test means from the fecal matter, you will not be able to detect it. Prevention is washing the vegetables. Do not soak produce in standing water. Keep produce refrigerated when possible. Use clean cutting boards. Wash hands regularly. Follow safe food handling practices. Basically, wash the vegetables properly. Now, the US Americans, right, they hardly wash or clean anything properly. Toilet paper. What to tell? What else to expect? Somebody had asked in between, can state Supreme Court has said, state should intervene if it is state's responsibility to protect every life. So state should intervene when a person is doing something where they are indulging in an act where it is going to be a threat to themselves or to others. Why is it that when somebody is about to jump from a building, the police and everybody, do they stand there and say, "Arey, koodo yaar, koodo, hum mobile lekar hum baith rahe hain yahan par." They don't do that, right? Why do the cops take the effort to go up, convince them, bring them back? Every life needs to be protected. That is the reason. So there is nothing wrong about it. What was wrong was when the cops came there, when the cops and the doctors came there to take him, there were other unnecessarily some people with the Nahi Sonam Wangchuk mat le jao. All that melodrama they were doing. That is illegal. They are there because of their duty. You official, when official is doing their official duty, what is legally expected out of them, that time you go stand there to be the protester. Camera hai, NDTV aa gaya. Sir, sir, mujhe maar rahe sir, dekho sir, police atrocity. That overacting ke wholesale dukan you do, you will get nice beat, nice dulai you will get. That is the thing over there, which is exactly what they wanted. I mean, when he was lying and doing that, I mean, who will do that, man? Somebody is doing hunger strike. You are sitting there and eating pakoda. Are you serious right now? You are eating pakoda. Sonam, continue. Our party is growing. The worst comedy in this all is people putting the sad music and then sending this meme, what is it, these videos. I am like, arey yaar. Mitali, don't make notes. PDF mein, the PDF is there in the description, in the YouTube description. Please download it and take it up. Consenta. Rapsa. सोनम वांगचुक को फ्रेंच किस देने के लिए नहीं गए थे वो लोग, ठीक है, कि कंसेंट पूछना पड़ता है. Somebody is doing something like I told you. That is a Supreme Court ruling. It is state's responsibility, not that state will stand there. अरे 20 दिन मर भी जाओ यार. Come on. Up. Come on. Die fast. State cannot do that. What do you people want from the state actually? I mean, I want to know. What do you want? You want Narendra Modi to go there and hold Sonam's and tell me, Sonam, how should I run this country? You tell me. Is that what you people are expecting? China economic growth snapshot, quarter 2 2026 and key trends. Who is getting emotional? I am not getting emotional. I am getting laugh actually. Whenever I am feeling a little sad, all I have to do is observe Indian politics. GDP growth 4.3%. It has come down. Fixed asset investment, that is people buying land and property in China, that has gone down. Property investment declined. So it has impacted the construction sector. Construction sector, when it is getting impacted, what is happening? Overall, other areas also, it is impacting. Because simple funda, people are not buying properties. So no job for engineers, contractors, laborers. So construction sector people, most of them will end up losing their job. So this I have told it in one of my earlier classes also. In economics, you will read this theory. It is there in NCERT. It is called paradox of thrift. So we actually feel if everybody starts saving in the economy, money will increase. That is what we feel. Correct. So if I decide tomorrow, okay, I won't keep my maid. If maid is not there, obviously, then because of the timings, etc., it will be my job then to wash the vessels and probably sweep or mop this thing. Alternatively, we both will have to do it. So if I decide not to bring the maid and obviously save whatever money we are paying her, that money, let me save it. So my savings may increase. What will happen to the maid now? Her income went down. She will also try to save more. She will also spend less. So what will happen is like this. So I try to save more by cutting down on my expense. The maid is also trying to save more by cutting down on her expense. Like that, everybody in the society, like one cascading effect, everybody will try to do what? Save more by reducing their expenditure. In the initial few months, yes, it may look as if, yeah, everybody is saving money. There is money in the economy. But eventually what happened? This cycle will go like this. Even my income, which I am supposed to receive from somewhere, Maybe say from PW. PW may also decide, okay, let us cut Nikhil Sir's payment. Eventually, what is happening here? Everybody starts trying to save in the economy. Initially, maybe it will show an increase in the total money, but eventually it will start taking a plunge. Because simple logic is one man's expense is another man's income. Got the point here? An economy will grow only when people spend the money. China's growth, if you really see, China's growth was always by two factors. One was domestic demand driven. That is, within the country, there is income. So people are spending the money. Inside the country, growth is there, demand is there, it is happening. Second one was what? Export led. Currently, why growth has slowed down in China? It is largely because domestic demand driven growth has declined. Because it has affected the construction sector. Construction sector demand demand for real estate has gone down. Construction sector, construction, etc. has come down. People have lost their jobs. Those people have started saving money. They have reduced their expenditure. Like that, it has hit everyone. That is why China's domestic growth, if you see, has gone down. However, the positive news is that China's export sector is still doing good. Foreign trade is still growing at 17% because there is no replacement for a Chinese good. Correct? Whatever we have around us, even whatever phone you're holding now, whatever laptop you're using now, or whatever gadget is there in your room, it will have one or the other Chinese component in it, or it will be an entirely Chinese part. So that has not changed. There is no replacement for China in those matters. That is happening. So Chinese government is also taking an active interest in what? Improving the domestic consumption. Got the point here? Any questions? China helium export ban. Helium. Now, helium is something which we hardly hear about it. We have heard about it, but we don't hear much about it in the news. But interesting thing is, helium is one such component which you need in MRI scanners because it's an essential coolant. You need it in semiconductor manufacturing, quantum computing, leak detection, balloons and airships, optical fiber manufacturing, rocket fuel tank pressurization. That means talk about the medical field, scientific field, information technology field, air transport systems, everywhere you need this. And China has placed an export ban on it. Russia has placed export restrictions on it. Yeah. Qatar, Russia, Algeria, United States, Canada. These are some of the major countries or players with regard to helium production. Getting the point here. So this helium production, helium is again needed, like even this zone here, the Strait of Hormuz region, Qatar, etc. That region is again critical for the helium production also, not just natural gas, not just crude oil. So if any country is planning to make investments in these sectors, they definitely need helium. Why? First of all, it has got an extremely low boiling point, minus 269 degrees Celsius. That is the best part about it. It will become vapor only at that temperature. Otherwise, it will remain there. So you need not worry. You can use it anywhere you want. And it is non-reactive. It will not react with metal or other components. That is the reason why you can have it in multiple places. Got the point here? Helium market prices are surging 150 to 205 per 1000 cubic feet. That is the current price. And people are now making investments in helium. Global helium consumption 22% for laboratories, 17% for controlled atmospheres and semiconductors. Controlled atmosphere means generally for the semiconductor manufacturing, not even one iota of dust particle should enter there. So if you have seen the photos of Prime Minister Narendra Modi visiting the semiconductor fabrication units, etc., you would have seen him wearing this white type jumpsuit with his head everything covered, because not one foreign particle should enter that laboratory. It enters means that semiconductor is of no use. Clear? Then how helium is produced? It is a non-renewable resource formed by the radioactive decay of uranium and thorium in Earth's crust. Accumulated naturally in underground natural gas reserves over millions of years. Commercial extraction when helium constituted at least 0.3% of natural gas by volume, separated from natural gas based on different boiling point. That means along with natural gas, you will get this. Generally in low quantities, but if it is there, at least 0.3% is there, then you can separate the natural gas from the helium. Why? Helium's boiling point is different. That is the thing here. India-Australia uranium agreement. So this again, India and Australia signed this uranium agreement. So somebody had asked about this thorium reserves, etc. See, India has a 3-stage nuclear power program. 3-stage. We have just first stage is there, second stage is there, third stage is there. In a simple nutshell, I will tell it to you. In first stage, whatever fuel you use, its waste is there, nuclear waste. That is used as a fuel for the second stage. Second stage, whatever output you get, that is used as a fuel in third stage. So first stage, you will get your electricity. Second stage also you will get electricity. Third stage also you will get your electricity. And the third stage is again, it is recycled. It is put back into the system again. So finally, the advantage is that this is a self-sustaining system. And India has just unlocked its second stage. Just unlocked it. Unlocked means we are now in our second stage now. So when we can plan our third stage, maybe after 25-30 years, because that is the general time period of a nuclear reactor to generate a nuclear byproduct. After that only third stage. But for all this to run sustainably, what is the main ingredient required? You need nuclear, you need uranium for it. At the initial stage. That is why we are making tie-ups with Australia. On top of it, we are also planning to improve what? Developments on micro reactors. Small reactors these are, not the big ones like how Kudankulam etc. is there. If you Google it, you can see very big plants these are. These are small reactors which can be kept in very small space, and it can actually fuel maybe an entire city's electricity needs. And this is very zero greenhouse gas, very environmental friendly, because zero greenhouse gas emission. Getting the point here. With the Shanti bill now, it has become possible that private players also can enter into nuclear energy production. Government will be doing the supply part. So government will be providing the nuclear fuel to the private player. Private player will bring the technology, everything, and then we will have electricity. So in 20 years from now, don't be surprised if small nuclear reactors are there for each city and we are generating electricity. Definitely if this happens, first city that they will target also will be Delhi, because once that is there means no more coal power plants. So from nuclear energy, if we are getting electricity means we can aram use it for what? Charging our EV vehicles. Because normally what people will say is from coal power plants we are charging EV. Coal power plant will release greenhouse gas emissions. Correct? So they have always said, how is this environmental friendly? But if you are having a nuclear power plant that you are using for EV, what is the byproduct? Zero. That is the most cleanest thing. Rather than trusting on solar power or that power. Because for solar power, again, you have to depend on China for the semiconductor modules, etc., which will take even more time. This we have made us a deal with Australia. Australia will supply us with the uranium. We will provide the uranium to the private player. Private player will develop it. Make no doubt about it. Clear? Not fusion bacteria. Fusion and all, so far at that small level you cannot do. Fusion is what? Two small nuclei you are combining to form a larger nuclei. That you cannot do at room temperature even now. That you cannot do. Getting the point here. That is a reaction that happens inside solar system, sun, the stars, etc. There it happens because the pressure is very, very high. Pressure and temperature. That is the reason why two nucleus is able to combine and form a larger nucleus. In fission reaction is what happens in nuclear reactors or even in this micro reactors. Large nuclei breaking down and forming its smaller component. Not much will be there, brother. RBI data governance. This is just a very small topic. Very small topic means RBI has given instruction to all the entities to establish a comprehensive framework for strengthening data governance across banks and other regulated entities. Data quality, accountability, risk management, and data security, which is basically digitalization of the finance sector. That is all the loans, all the EMIs, all the deposits, whatever is there, whatever financial transaction a bank is doing or a regulated entity is doing, even if it is a microfinance institution, make it completely digital. Why? So that RBI can monitor it, RBI can see who is doing what, who is flagging any error, etc. Because once you make it fully digital, what is the next step to do? Feed all the data to an AI system. That AI itself will say, this particular bank is giving more loan, this particular bank is not maintaining the minimum reserve, that particular bank has not followed the guidelines of RBI. AI will start throwing the names of the banks or those institutions which are not operating as per RBI's principles. That's what it is. Nothing specific there. Video assistant referee, VAR. Now this video assistant referee, we know in football there are referees. In addition to that, just like the third umpire, in football there is something called as a VAR, video assistant referee. Approved by the International Football Association Board in 2016. First used in FIFA World Cup of 2018. Final decision always remains with the on-field referee. VAR is generally used for goals or for penalties or for direct red card or for a mistaken identity. Its role expanded in 2026 for wrongly awarded corner kicks and incorrectly issued second yellow cards. So this, how did this enter here? Sorry. Multiple high definition cameras, pitch side monitor, and the VAR officials. These are the officials who will be sitting in front of these screens and they will be reviewing all the VAR references that have reached there. So they will review it and they will give a verdict. They will pass on the message to the on-field person and he will alert the referee. This is how it is. In the Egypt, second half goal was disallowed after VAR identified a foul in the build-up. Argentina went on to win 3-2 after Egypt had led by 2 goals. VAR identified a problem. That a problem VAR identified, and that actually a foul it identified. That actually changed the game itself. FIFA Chief Refereeing Officer clarification. VAR may intervene if a foul in the build-up is considered to have influenced the goal, regardless of the distance from goal or time elapsed between the foul and the goal. Inconsistent interpretation, variation in decision and penalty, intervention in marginal fouls, limited transparency. Now, why is it in news or why is it in controversies? When will these people interfere? When are they not interfering? This is not entirely transparent. It is something like a manmani. They are doing it whenever they feel like. And because of that, VAR has come under scanner. That this is, they are being showing partiality to certain team members or certain players or certain team. All that has come. Exactly. Match fix. Proteins, amino acids, and mitochondria. Proteins are made up of amino acids. Mitochondria is known as the powerhouse of the cell. Now, in this again, if you see, Proteins are the building blocks. And to build proteins, you need amino acids and essential amino acids. The body cannot synthesize 10 essential amino acids. That means body cannot produce by itself. Especially histidine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, methionine, etc. etc. The names are there. Wait a minute, I'll read it from here. This content I have not updated, Cherry. So, arginine, valine, these are some of the most important 10 amino acids which you cannot build in the body. Then what do you do? From where will you get it? You will only get it from diet. Diet, especially what? Diet where egg is present. I am not joking. Out of those 10, 9 of these essential amino acids you get directly from egg. That is the best part about it. So, dietary source of leucine are there. Animal sources, plant sources. Complete proteins you get from these. And what is the main discussion why for leucine are we taking up? Because leucine protects mitochondria. Each of these amino acids has a specific function. Each of these amino acids, they do a specific function. Leucine's job is to protect mitochondria. And why you need mitochondria? Because that is what provides energy to the cell. Clear? The rest of it is the usual jargon. You need to have a high protein diet for your maintaining your internal organs intact, for reducing the fat, for reducing your weight, for reducing your sugar related troubles. That is what the article is about. When mitochondria are damaged, your diabetes will increase, cardiovascular diseases increases, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, muscles will become weak, you will age faster. That is the point. So for example, now when people ask me like, sir, what is your skin routine, etc. There is no skin routine and all. The main routine is this gentleman right here, egg. Egg is the main reason. See, simple common sense it is. 70% of our body is water. So that is why we are asked to take at least 2 to 3 liters of water every day, depending on your physical activity. Correct? From hair to your toe, what is the common thing there? Proteins. Correct? So how is it possible that you don't take a diet which is not rich in proteins? Simple funda is this much. If you are weighing, so my weight is 75 kilo. Whether I work out or not, I should take 75 grams. If I am working out and I am planning for a weight loss, then at least I should hit 100 grams per day. This is a must. This is a must, which most Indians don't do. That is the reason why everybody gets a belly, everybody develops these cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, pressure, sugar, cholesterol. All these issues you only get because you are not following a high protein diet. Simple as it is. Biogas, again a very old topic. It is all about how we are planning to get biogas from our existent resources, whatever sources we are having. So why India needs biogas? Because obviously we are trying to import natural gas, and whenever a crisis is there in Middle East, prices will climb up. How CBG is produced? From organic waste, you put it in a large drum, anaerobic digestion. That means in the absence of oxygen you do it, you get raw biogas, you purify it, upgrade it, and then you can compress it and keep it. Policies are there, Satat initiative, Gobardhan scheme, etc. Already I have given the notes of it. CBG blending obligation. So we have kept target for financial 25-26, 1% CBG will be blended with natural gas. 26-27 it is 3, 27-28 it is 4, 28-29 it is 5. So major implementation challenges include raw agricultural residues have very low bulk density. So agricultural residues are there, wastage is there. That if you are using, the biogas that you can effectively generate out of it is very, very less. And again, the transportation, etc., transportation, storage of all the agricultural wastage, that is not easy. Paddy straw, that is the what is left out of the paddy after the harvest is over, that is only available for 20 to 30 days. And only 40 to 50% are being utilized. high capital expenditure and import dependency, because again, to put up all this infrastructure, that is not at all easy. The machinery, etc. for it, you really need to import the machinery. Structural grid injection and distribution friction means what? You are talking about blending it. Do we have any city-based pipeline networks, etc., where you can immediately, like as soon as you finish manufacturing biogas, you can just put it into a pipeline and then it can be redistributed? No. We don't have such pipelines in our country. We have to develop it now. In cities, we'll have to develop what? City gas connection, distribution networks we'll have to build, so that this biogas, once it is manufactured here, we can immediately transport it via pipeline. It is used in many countries, Germany especially. Digester inefficiencies from non-segregated municipal waste. So the digester is basically where you put all this waste, organic waste, crush it, press it, etc., and leave it there so that the biogas will be generated. But what is the problem there? Proper waste segregation is not there. In cities, especially, if you see, you're actually supposed to segregate the waste into what? Wet waste, dry waste, what is recyclable, non-recyclable, etc., etc. You're supposed to be doing. Hardly anybody does it. Plastic is often found along with organic waste. Plastic, metals, all those. That is, whatever is non-organic, you'll find it mixed. So the efficiencies will come down. Lessons from Germany. Germany rapidly expanded biogas under renewable energy sources in 2000, relied heavily on maize as the primary energy crop. That is the reason. Now, when people are telling here, right, that sugarcane is being used for ethanol, Japan is not doing it. See, Japan is such an advanced country. They are not using ethanol. Japan is not using ethanol. Only reason is because only 12% of their total land is having agriculture or farming. That is the only reason. Majority of their population is not into farming. In our country, a good number of farmers are there who are growing sugarcane, excess sugarcane. We are actually producing more sugarcane than what is required for Indians. So that we can divert for ethanol production. The same sugarcane, maybe tomorrow we can divert it even for what? Biogas production. But only we can do it step by step. So one thing what we can do is, again, taking lessons from Germany, we can increase the production of maize. And again, maize cultivation area and production expanded rapidly. Total domestic pulse production recorded a decline. Oilseeds and non-biofuels registered only modest growth. Complicates India's nutritional security. So what will be the counter effect of it? If every farmer starts growing maize now, or even for that matter sugarcane now, because it can be used for ethanol production, normal food production will come down then. Everybody starts going behind maize and sugarcane. Overall nutrition. So people may not grow vegetables, people may not grow fruits, people may not grow other crops. That is the significant other challenge. So there is no permanent solution for any of this. One thing you do, something else will happen. All right. What are the bad causes of biogas methane? See, methane's only one problem is there. It is a completely odorless gas. If it leaks, you will never get to know. So normal gas is there. That is a gas cylinder, domestic gas cylinder. In that you have something called as ethyl mercaptan. C2H5SH. That is a chemical formula of it. So the moment if you open it, leave it, immediately you can sense the smell because it spreads very fast. Spreads very fast, that particular chemical compound. That is why you can get the smell immediately. Methane, that is not the case. Sometimes you won't even know it is leaking. And if you switch on put a switch on, that's it. The whole thing will blast. That is the biggest risk with methane based plants. Clear? Any doubts or questions? Why does it have to import gas from Russia? Demand is more. See, Germany has decided not to use any petroleum based products. That is the reason. Germany, if you go there again, you cannot have an AC. You cannot install an AC there. Germany does not have a digitalization of governance. Do you know that? Germany, if you go and you have to take permit for, you plan to stay at a home, let us say, some 100 or 200 page document will be given to you where you have to literally sit and fill every form. It's not typing, kata, 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 like how we have it in India. Getting the point there. Germany again, I think per day internet, this thing, quota is there. Some 1 GB or 2 GB. You can only use that much. Beyond that, you cannot use. Thank you, Anshu. Okay. Bharat Kumar just finished the syllabus. There is nothing called a particular mindset you have to develop. Sit and study the syllabus. All right. Don't ever come into these faltu giri of mindset develop karna hai aapko. Wo karna hai aapko. Learn the syllabus. UPSC is not trying to find out about your mindset. UPSC is only going to see whether you could clear prelims, whether you wrote the answers properly according to the demand of the question, whether you are sensible enough to give an interview. If you know how to write an answer properly, you will be sensible enough to know what to do and what not to do in an interview. So just focus on the bare basics. ये mindset, कैसे ये mindset develop करे, build करे, all these are just nonsense created by this fake industry. Fake coaching mafia itself, I would say. Fake, original coaching mafia. Because they want to give this whole aura to UPSC that इसमें कुछ खास है. If you have such a doubt, if you don't believe me, just go and visit any SP or collector. After meeting and talking to them for 5 minutes, you will be like, how did this fellow become an IAS? Generally, if you meet them, they are not the very ha type people. They'll be sitting very calmly, very quietly. Very calm, very quiet. They will only do what is needed. They won't overdo things. ज़्यादा भाव मत दे दो इस एग्जाम को. Sanj, you are doing JEE. You like to study current affairs. Don't make notes. PDF is there in the description. Download it and read it. Okay, start with polity. Good. Maidan Sari. Good night. Sweet dreams. Tata, bye bye. See you, sir, next year. Okay, take care. Kada. Typical Malayali accent. Why I can't be consistent? Because you don't have a job. Go get a job. You will automatically be consistent. Yeah, good Agastya. Start with polity. Great. Kundana, Evelyn, Anshika, Sneha, Ishika, Suman, Anshu. Thank you all. Take care. Good night. What do you think of Sonam Manchu protest? I don't think of it at all. I don't think of it at all. That's it. Anybody does any protest or anything in the country, I go by only the data and only the facts. That's it. I am not going to sit there emotionally or either be completely supportive of what the government is doing or completely supportive of what Sonam Wangchuk is doing or completely supportive of all those so-called famous people who are standing in the stage. All right. Good night. Good night. Please add some defense related news. Aryan, for that you can refer any monthly current affair compilation. Please understand. That is available in monthly current affair compilation, defense related news, the military exercises, any monthly current affair compilation you take, that will be available. Thank you, Arshita. Take care. All right. One motivational line. This motivational ka jhand has actually become an irritation for me, to be very honest. What will I tell you now? See, don't try to control other people. That is what I would say. You want to know peace, true peace in life, don't try to control people. Control your own actions. Control your reaction. That is a little strange coming from me because I'm a little short-tempered on that front. But at least if you stop expecting, controlling, okay, this is the way a person should react, this is the way a person should behave, this is what I am expecting out of it. Even with the Sonam Wangchuk incident also, now for whatever I said, people will feel, okay, he's a BJP spokesperson. A BJP supporter may feel, yes, he is supporting BJP. But that is not the case. I have laid down my facts there. What did it start with? NEET. Where is it now? It has gone to somewhere else. Even in between that, some female, so-called intelligent female came, Allah, Allah, sirf Allah ka naam rahega. Some crap she sang there. I mean, as if this country is already divided on the basis of Hindu Muslim. That it was all about NEET. You come there, you talk about NEET and NTA. Instead, you talk about every other crap, and almost you made it what you diverted the whole thing. Right? So that is what the whole thing is about. I said my opinion. Fact based. What NTA did is right. Should NTA have more accountability? Absolutely yes. What Sonam Wangchuk is, what he did is right. Well, right or wrong, I don't know. I'm just very skeptical about the timing of it. Now people will react to it. People will give comments to it. Should I react to those comments? Absolutely not. Will I lose my sleep over it? Absolutely not. Why? It is somebody's reaction. I don't have to go and actually correct everyone. Bottom line is this. Only worry about your life. Only worry about facts and data in your life. Life, keep it simple. Don't keep too much of emotions. Emotions, you leave it only for your family, your one or two best friends. With them, you can become emotional. For the rest of the world, go by data, go by objectivity. You will find it is far more easier. Any subject you can start with, not a problem. Sir has ego. We all have ego. We all have ego. Understand that. If that ego part is not there, it means you don't even have an iota of self-respect. It only means one thing. You have a sense of self. But how strong is that sense of self matters. Thank you. 2 minutes, sir. Take care, sir. Bye. Go. Oh, man. House anxiety. Arey yaar. Even if I'm an egoist, what are you going to do about it? Nothing, right? See, look at your condition now. You're telling I'm an egoist. You're telling I'm talking too much. And even to get your 5 minutes or 5 seconds of recognition, you have come to my class and you're commenting under me. Under me. तेरा कमेंट हमेशा मेरा नीचे ही रहेगा, मेरे वीडियो के नीचे, मेरे ऊपर नहीं आएगा. हो गया ना? That is how much of ego I have. Your comment मेरे नीचे. There was a famous dialogue like आवाज नीचे. What course? Course in the sense if you are in the first year, you're planning to give in your attempt in 29, go for Prarambh English. Thank you, Mohit. Next class, next Saturday. House anxiety, nothing to do. Obviously, you cannot change your parents. You're born into it. Jail low, this is also part of life. It is not going to kill you, it will only make you stronger. Don't worry. Take it. It is good that now at least you got to see, array, this is how my parents are actually. Alright, now that whole image would come falling. You were thinking they were Bhagwan. Now you will know that they are insan. Good. You have already woken up and you have smelled the coffee. Great. See, weekly current affairs, you will get a general idea of the most important issues that are happened in the week. Having said that, please read monthly current affairs compilation also. Those two things are required because current affairs we saw how things were this year. So these two things you do. Yeah, I know it is difficult, Anusha. Nothing is easy. Uh, Best optional for engineering student. Doesn't matter. Whatever you like, that you take it up. Sleeping effect study. Definitely. If you don't sleep at least 6 to 7 hours, it will affect. How can I clear interview? Straight away interview. Don't want to clear prelims and mains. You clear prelims and mains and come. For free, we will give you coaching. Not only us, almost every academy will give you free coaching for interview. ಕನ್ನಡ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಯು ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು ಹೇಳಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ ತುಂಬ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಯಿತು ಹಾಂ ಕಾಚೋಬೇಕು ಮೈ ಸನ್ ವುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸ್ಲೆಪ್ಟ್ ಜೈ ಹಿಂದ್ I am from Bangalore. I am not from Karnataka. I am from Kerala, but I am settled and living in Bangalore. You can go for message me here. This is my Telegram channel. Here you can reach out. Notes making videos, sir, for one topic. Okay. Hey, yaar. So much of opportunities, you have this opportunity to ask and clear doubts, etc. But what do you people do, man? You have a platform where a faculty is available to you, and what questions are you even asking? Current affairs course undo PWL. Ippo illa. Mumbundairunnu. Whatever I used to take that, there was a comprehensive current affairs batch initially. A paid batch used to be there, but now it is no more there. We have decided to keep it entirely free because that was becoming like too much of a headache actually. So we have made it entirely free, and that is what we are doing right now. That is why the PDF is given to you for free to read. आप दिल्ली में ऑफलाइन पढ़ाते हो? नहीं. See, don't see ego as a bad thing. Ego you need. It is part of your self-respect. You need it. So you can actually go Google about it. Actually, the point is when you keep it at a pedestal, when you start keep it at a pedestal where only I am right and you are wrong, then only it is a problem. Otherwise, ego is needed for functioning, for daily functioning, for daily what is it? Seeking out your goals, your targets. You need that. Malayalam class, illa mone. Where can I find monthly current affairs? Monthly, any academies monthly current affair compilation. Because the source is all the same. Indian Express, the Hindu, Down to Earth, Kurukshetra, Yojana, some from PIB, everything will be there. Today's Vikram one, just Google it, man. Nothing about it. As you are attending, he says, what is your worst experience? I have gone for 2 mains and 1 interview. Worst experience is not clearing it. Other than that, what other worst experience will be there? You can start from 9th. Pallavi, I think you said about making a video on taking down notes. I have already said this. See, notes you make of your class, whatever class you're attending. If you're doing self preparation, then what do? The topics that have been repeatedly asked since 2013 in mains exam. You'll prepare notes of it. That is what you do. I have already answered that. Malayalam accent is so perfect. How did you learn it? Are you kidding me? I'm a Malayali. Chavi, please fix a timeline. Fix a time and study with that timeline. Keep 40 minutes at least. 40 minutes timelines you keep. And instead of sitting and studying from morning till evening, again, I will tell you the same thing only. If you're preparing for JE also, start covering it topic wise. Which topic has been asked most? Start with those. And then slowly come down to those topics which have been asked the least. Fix a time for covering a topic. Thank you, Lucky Machkuri. Sugana, Paramanandam. PSIR CA part and GSCA part. Samraj, my optional is not PSIR, it's public administration. I don't know about Care India. How to become great like you are. Please, for the love of God, even if it is a troll, also don't say such things. If any one of my friends or family sees it, they will throw me out of this building only. Your background doesn't matter. As long as it is a valid degree, you are ready to put in the effort, you can crack UPSC. I want to start current affairs, so what should be my first step? Start following this class. Start reading monthly current affair compilation. How can we handle distractions, sir? Prashu. Keep your day busy. See, if you are having too much of time in your hand, that is when you will have distractions. You hit the gym, take some tuition. Automatically, you have and obviously, when you're hitting the gym, you need to eat clean. So you'll be focusing a little on drinking water, drinking your protein, and all that. You take a tuition, then finally you are effectively left with just 5 to 6 hours of study. That is enough. Stick to that. Prem Kumar, you can start from now. You can start current affairs right from now. Ajay Sarangamat. Ajay, if you are not able to handle your family and friends, how are you going to handle a district? Correct. You're not able to put a stop to your family and friends only. You won't be able to handle a district also. First, learn to handle your own family and your own distractions. RBI grade B, yes, I have given that exam. It is an exam again where it has sectional cutoff. That is, it is not that only you should do out of the 4, you need to score this much. Each section also you should score a minimum mark. Quantitative, logical reasoning, English comprehension, general awareness, each section. Then for the mains exam, you have to choose an optional subject also. It will be again not it will be not descriptive. It is objective only, computer based it is, but that is not so easy to prepare again. So if you are having a banking or a commerce background, it will be easy for you. People have taken BCom etc. or maybe even economics, BSc economics etc. They'll be able to do it. You do it regularly. That is the only thing. Current affairs is something like you have to keep reading it every day. So take a monthly current affair compilation, start reading 10 pages per day. My weekly current affair is there. Start reading it at least maybe 5 or 6 pages per day. That is the only thing. Karnataka started recruitment. Focus on that first so that you get a job immediately. Optional in English version. We don't have an English version optional as of now. But if you take the English version also, you're not going to lose out on much because the entire material, everything is in English. So if your faculty is actually saying something in Hindi which you feel that it has not been explained, you can ask the faculty, sir, please explain it in English once again. You can ask always that because the entire PDF, the material content, everything is in English. See, Chavi, I don't know about this 100%, 200% and all. People keep telling it. You should give your 100%. We don't have any measurement and all for that. What I know is, if your day is busy, you have some work to do, you have your physical activity, all of this is there, then you will study properly. That is what I have understood. People who are generally busy in their life, they are the most productive people. People who have all the time in the world, they are generally not that productive. Jobless growth, a permanent trap for India. See, I would tell you this way also. Jobless growth we are talking about, correct? What is this job that you're looking for? The problem is that that is entire Indian society wants only that top 1% jobs. Doctors, engineers, chartered accountants, high paid high court or Supreme Court lawyers, these. That is the point here. Bottom line, I will tell you, if tomorrow my son says he wants to sell samosa, he wants to sell chai and run a small chai ki dukan, I will help him to start that shop. I'll probably help him even more by going and sitting there in that accounts section, collecting the money at the QR code and all that. I'll be absolutely happy in supporting him in that. If that is what he wants to do in his life, I will not push him into, you are my teacher's son, you will ensure that you will crack engineering. He wants to put his head for Kurla Express, then fine. I will tell him, beta, 99% is the failure rate. Fail kar bhi aaoge to bhi, I have no issues. That I will tell him. So the so-called jobless permanent growth and all, that jobless growth is only happening because everybody wants this 1%. That is the reason. The people who are having very low expectations in this life, they are actually thriving also. Why? They are nowadays social media influencers. What an engineer or a doctor will make in their entire career, these people are making with 5 years or 6 years. Then later they start their own business, brand, whatever, and they thrive. Opportunities are there plenty. Because if you literally see, this is a country with 145 crore people are there. So even if I am able to capture 0.01% of the market, 1% is 1.45 crore. That is roughly 145 lakhs. 0.01% of that means 1.45 lakh. In that 1.45 lakh, even if I sell a product with 10 rupees as profit, I will end up with what? 14.5 lakhs in my bank account. That is the maths. That is the maths. That is why so many people are starting their business or running their stuff here. This is the same logic that applies for YouTube viewers, social media influencers also. This many views, if you are able to generate, you will get a collaboration, brand collaboration. Then you can start building your bank balance. Opportunity is there, but everybody wants only the hi-fi job. That is the reason. Revising the entire syllabus in a single day, that is definitely not possible. Revise it by reading it regularly. Keep reading it. Don't try to study it. Keep reading it every time. Any benefit in doing MSc in maths to get into bank job? MSc maths and bank job has got nothing to do with each other. Your BSc maths is more than sufficient. To get into a bank job, you actually need more practice with numericals. 90 kilometers away, if your college is, then the only solution is you will have to either do self-study or you'll have to take up one of the courses in PW. Online you take, Titan or Pinnacle batch. Get the recorded lectures, write the notes down. Don't bother about studying or anything. Just take down the notes first. Do that much. Optional subject, only choose that subject which you are interested in. That's it. I don't think anything about CJP and Sona Mangchuk. See, I told that answer already. 100%, 100%. I don't know what it is. I know only one thing. One day you have in your life, utilize it effectively. Some time to build your body, some time to build your mind, some time where you can earn something, some time where you can eat something, some time to sleep. That's it. This is what a life should be: body, mind, money, sleep, eat, peace. Done. Let's call it a day.